This is Machukanyarieko TV Talk Show, where we analyze politics and governance issues. We focus on national, local, and international news. We examine the political way of our people, social and economic. Nyarieko TV Talk Show, the house of ideas.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hoping that you are doing fine. Welcome to Machukanyarieko TV Talk Show, the house of ideas. I hope your Easter holiday was fine. Mine was also enjoyable. I did travel to many parts of the country, especially in the northeastern part of Kenya. There is rain. And today, I will want us to focus on one issue that people tend to take for granted. And I begin by asking this simple question: can Kalonzo Musyoka be ignored in the 2027 general election? What happens if the other groups, that is the Gachagua, Wamarwa, Matiangi, ignore him? What happens if even the opponent position, a group that has been trying to reach him out, ignores him? Before we proceed to look at the possible scenarios on what will happen if these parties just take Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, the former Vice President of the Republic of Kenya, for granted, before we discuss that, kindly, if you are watching this channel for the first time, subscribe so that wherever we produce another video, YouTube will automatically notify you. And for those who watch and forget to subscribe, kindly do it so that you continue supporting this work. And thank you for those who have subscribed and who have continued giving likes, comments, and sharing our videos. Back to our discussions. It is important for us to begin with or to show the significance of Kalonzo Musyoka in the 2027 general elections. Currently, Kalonzo Musyoka has positioned himself as a key contender of the 2027 general presidential election. And this has made it very difficult for any political players to ignore him or to take him for granted. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka has got a strong regional background, whereby when you mention Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka in the former Eastern province, it is like saying or relating these words, Jesus and Amen in the church. So, taking him for granted is a very risky idea. Kalonzo Musyoka has as well been moving all over the Republic, trying to make alliances with other communities, with other groups, so that his influence simply goes beyond Ukambani. He has been very active, he has been very vocal in condemning evils that are being committed by the current regime. Kalonzo Musyoka has been very strict and straightforward that he does not want anything to do with William Samoei Ruto. Kalonzo Musyoka has strong support from the coasts, and Kalonzo comes from Mount Kenya region. What happens if the mountain decides to support him? This means the man has got support, or is likely to have support, from every corner of the Republic of Kenya. His political party today has got members of parliament, not just from the former Eastern Province, but from various parts, including Kisii. But what if Kalonzo Musyoka is ignored? What if Azimio endorses another candidate? What if Azimio endorses another candidate? Of course, we have seen his traditional partners appearing to be close, or are very close, with the ruling regime. What happens in such a scenario? Of course, it began from Raila pursuing the African Union Commission, and at this point, Kalonzo Musyoka's popularity in Azimio has grown to further heights. Again, as time goes by, Kalonzo Musyoka, whose support base appeared to be from Eastern Province, is slowly diminishing and is appearing to be a national figure, and is now, or is today, commanding people, is commanding royalty from people of various backgrounds all over the Republic of Kenya. If Kalonzo cannot, for example, try to secure his Eastern bloc, if he cannot be able to secure the Eastern bloc where he comes from, where he has been actively the sole power giver, then there comes a problem. That means Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is moving out from one region to another region, trying to make friendship, is trying to make coalitions, and Kalonzo Musyoka is strongly of the view that he need not join with William Samoei Ruto. And if other people ignores Kalonzo Musyoka come 2027 and he goes alone, this will be so dangerous, because if we can remember what happened in the year 2007, the Kalonzo vote that could have made either Raila or Kibaki win in a margin was not there, because he was also a candidate. So such a man cannot be taken for granted, remembering what happened the year 2007. Kalonzo Musyoka today is being taken very seriously, because the departure of Raila Amolo Odinga has brought him to the limelight in politics. Today, Kalonzo Musyoka is part of the individuals who will decide who becomes the next president. You cannot ignore Kalonzo Musyoka, because while many people thought that all is finished with Musalia Mudavadi, he slowly emerged. Today he is some kind of a worshipped Prime Minister in the Republic of Kenya. With the exit, for example, if Raila Amolo Odinga exits from politics, it means that Kalonzo Musyoka becomes the key opposition figure. And today, it appears that most people are not buying or are not bowing to the current regime, meaning that Kalonzo Musyoka stands a better chance come 2027, and no any political group can ignore him. Kalonzo Musyoka, when he sits in a table with people from different regions, he sits as a force, as an equal force. The only problem with Kalonzo Musyoka is that I do not understand this, why it happens. It does not appeal quickly to the masses from other communities, but today they have no much bad feelings against Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. So Kalonzo Musyoka cannot be ignored in any way, because he is declared presidential bid, his efforts to broaden his political base, and is the current opposition provides him, because Kalonzo Musyoka is the opposition. We can say it's the opposition leader, provides him a significant role. Unless in the future, if he loses regional support from his stronghold, if he loses or he fails to secure broader alliances, then that can cost him. But Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is not a man to be ignored in relation to the year 2027 general elections. Thank you and be present.